Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Chess Puzzle Warrior. Today I'm solving chess puzzles for day 26. Yesterday did not go as planned. I managed only to solve 35 puzzles. Let's see whether today I'll do better than that, because I think I should be solving at least 40 puzzles every day. But I think the issue was that I was moving too fast, but it's okay. Again, my goal is not the number of puzzles I solve per day. The goal is consistency. I need to try to solve puzzles every single day, irrespective of the number. Even if I solve a single puzzle, what matters is that that day in my record I have solved the puzzles. So let's see how this journey turns out. And like the quote below the board says, to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Otherwise, there's no way you're going to improve. You have to lower your ego. One of the reasons that I was a bit reluctant to start this series was that I was too concerned with what people will think. I was too concerned that I did not have the proper setup. I thought that maybe people will make fun of me and say, hey, you pretend that you know chess and you're missing basic tactics. But if you fear so much what people will say, you'll never do anything. You have to do what makes you happy and ignore people. And I'm hoping that by the 100th day, I'll be better. Okay, so this one I think I need to give a check here. And after the king moves, now I grab the rook. And how many pieces? I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. My opponent has 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. Yeah. So I'm winning a piece. No, I'm winning an exchange. I'm going to win an exchange. White to move. Give a check here. The rook is supported by the pawn. The king cannot go there. The king cannot go there. This is it. Checkmate in one. I would love to push the pawn and promote, but the bishop will simply capture back. So I need to go for a different plan, and I think that plan involves pushing the b pawn. So push the pawn. Okay, after I push the pawn, what will happen? I think if they come here, I promote. If they push with a check, I simply take. If they give a check, I simply take. So let's push. That is it. That is it. I think I can simply play here. Double attack. Attack two pieces at the same time. This is the fork, and there is no way to defend both of them. If they go there, we'll simply take. So I'll be winning a knight at least, because they'll have to move the rook. The reason they have to move the rook is because the rook is a more valuable piece. A rook is usually valued at 5 points of material, and the knight is only 3. And I don't see any reason not to play there. And the win a piece. This is checkmate in 2. Give a check there. The king has only one legal move there, and then we check there. So here we go. So check. This is checkmate in 1. Go there. The king cannot go there. The king cannot go there. So after I give this check, this is it. And there is no way to block. There is no way to block. Okay. My first instinct is to play there so that I can threaten checkmate. The issue is what happens if they push the pawn. If they push the pawn, I check. The queen takes. I take back. And there is no way to continue. Okay. What are we overlooking? After I come here, if they push the pawn, I don't have to capture with the queen. Yeah, that's what I was missing. I can simply capture with the rook. Yes, and capturing with the rook is much better, because now I'm attacking the knight, the bishop 2 times, and I can simply capture there with a check and checkmate. Yeah, so this is it. So go there. Okay. This one I simply take with the bishop. This is checkmate in two. Push the pawn. The king retreats either there or there, and the rook comes there. This is checkmate, as the pawn will be covering this square. So there we go. Capture the pawn with a check. The rook takes. I check with another check. The king has to move, and now I capture these. I capture these bishops. They push. So if they push, how do we continue? How do we continue? I think I can simply bring back the bishop to cover that square. Yeah. These, okay. I have major pieces on this file. So how should I utilize them? I think the first move is to play there. Attack the queen and attack the bishop. If they play there, I think I simply take the queen and I'm up a piece. Okay, so how do they continue? I think I'm going to win a piece. I'm going to win a piece. Win the bishop. That is it. That is it. In this position, I can give check either with the queen or with the rook. So which one should I go for and why? If I give a check, I need to realize that the king can come here. So I think I should give a check with the rook, so that once after the king comes there, now the queen can come there with another check. In chess, you also have to think about the follow-up move. How do you continue after playing the first move? And that's basically how you build your ideas. That's how you come up with a plan. So you give a check there, the only move is to push, and then you simply take there. So check, check, mate. So here I can give a check here. And I open up a discovered attack on the rook. So after this check, the queen can take or the pawn can take. So after check, let's assume the queen takes. So queen takes, the rook takes the check, the king has to go back, we give another check there, this leads to mate. So after this check, I think the most resilient way to keep fighting is to capture with the pawn. So the pawn captures. I think again, it's just the same thing. It's the same thing. So check, check, check. So this tactic involves removing a defender. So basically, this knight is defended by the bishop. So if I eliminate the bishop, there is no piece defending the knight. So let's assume I take. After I take, what happens? If they take the knight, I take there. This is what we call an in-between move. It comes with a check. The king takes back, and I take. After all is said and done, I will have lost how many pieces? I will have lost one piece, and I will have won 3 pieces. So after I take, they are forced to either take back with the pawn or with the rook. Then the knight takes with a check, and it's a fork. Yeah, so this is it. Eliminate the defender, then take, and you're going to win a piece. Again, here we are eliminating a defender. The only difference is that in this scenario, we're going to checkmate. My queen would love to capture this pawn, and this would be check, and this would lead to checkmate. But the issue is that if I capture right now, the knight is going to take back. So I need to eliminate this knight, and the good thing is that I can capture it right away with a check. The pawn takes, now I take, and this leads to mate. So this is basically a first checkmate in 3. So check, check, mate. In this position, I have 2 checks. Actually, I have 3. I can capture with the queen, I can capture with the bishop, and I can also give this check here. So again, like I said earlier, the key thing is to think about the follow-up. If I give this check and the king goes there or there, how do I follow up? There's no concrete way to follow up. So I think the best way is to first capture with the queen, with a check. The king is forced to go to the corner. So the king goes to the corner. Now I give a check here. The king comes back, and now I give a check with the rook. And now they have to block with the queen, and I check. So this leads to a forced checkmate. So there, yeah. So I think here I need to eliminate these rook and then queen on the next move. Is there anything that they can do to stop that plan? I don't see it. So check, then bring in the queen. They go there. How do we stop them from promoting? Well, I can simply play the queen there and cover this queen. This is it. So we go there to cover this pawn from promoting, to stop this pawn from promoting. Yeah, that's it. Okay. What happens if I sacrifice the rook? So rook there with the check. The king cannot retreat. The king is out of moves. So the only option is to capture with the pawn. After they capture with the pawn, now the queen comes there with the check. And the king is out of moves. So here we go. First checkmate in 2. Again, here I think most of these puzzles today involve eliminating a defender. I'd love to give a check there. This would be checkmate, but the knight is covering that square. So I think I can take. Of course, they'll check back with the pawn to keep covering the square, and now I check the rook. So I need to take the knight first to threaten checkmate, because if they don't take with the pawn, it's checkmate on the next move. So check, and now I check the rook as it's undefended, and again threaten checkmate. I think they'll give a check here to prolong the game, or they can also give a check here. After any of those checks, I can simply go there. So I would love to give a check here, but the issue is that both the queen and the rook are covering that square. So if I give any of the checks there, they will simply capture, and I'm done a piece. So that's not a good move. Where else can I give a check? I can also give a check here. And if I give a check there, they cannot capture the rook. So what will they do? They cannot capture, they cannot block. When under check, you can do 3 things. You can either capture, you can block, or you can move. So in this scenario, it's not possible to capture, it's not possible to block. So the opponent is only left with one option, and that option is to move the king. So the king moves where? The king has only one legal move there. Now the queen comes in with a check. Check. Again, here the king has how many legal moves? 1. The rook now comes back to where it started with another check. The king goes to the corner, and now the queen comes in. So this is basically a first checkmate in like 4 moves. So let's go. So check. We give another check there. We give a check there. And checkmate. This puzzle is all about memory because I have solved it before, so I know the pattern. Just give a check there. Force the king to take. Come here with a check, and then checkmate. So here we go. So check, checkmate. Why are they sacrificing the queen? But they have 2 rooks and a bishop. A queen is valued at 9 points, and a rook is 5, the other rook is 5, so that's 10, and a bishop is 3. So they have 13 points of material. They also have 3 pawns, and I only have 4 pawns. So if I do the maths, that's 9 plus 4, that's 13, and they have 16, so they are up material. But if I check the queen, I think now we are a bit balancing off, but I think they're still better, as the 3 pieces are better than the queen alone. But I think the advantage here is that I can force checkmate. Apart from checking, do I have a better move? Because in chess we say, if you see a good move, look for a better one. If you see a good move, look for a better one. I can give a check here, but the king simply escaped. So I think I should simply go for the queen with a check, yeah? Go for the queen with a check, then look for a way to capture this rook on the corner as it's not defended. So that's basically my idea. So yeah, I did not have to overthink. Okay, this looks like a trap. In a chess, you have to be careful about traps, and sometimes you have to call your opponent's bluff. So like in this case, if I check the rook, I think they'll play the bishop here. Now the bishop is attacking my queen, but the good thing is that I can capture this pawn. And after I capture that pawn, how do they attack again? So let's say they develop now, they develop the knight. After they develop the knight, my queen cannot go there, but my queen can come here. Yeah, and once my queen lands here, it's safe. So let's go for it, as I don't see any other better move. If I give a check there, they simply take. No. Taking the rook is the way to go. And now take the pawn, and now escape via this square. Yeah. The theme of the puzzle was to find a way to escape. So here I can capture the knight and equalize the material count. But the issue is that now they'll capture this pawn with a check. And after the king goes to the corner, they give another check here. So capturing the knight is a bad move. You have to always anticipate your opponent's threat. Don't assume that you're winning free material. Like now, right now, if I capture these, it's not free. This will be a blunder. Always ask yourself, why is my opponent giving me a free piece? So in this case, the knight is not free. This is a poisonous piece. If I take it, they take with a check. They take here with a check. I have to go to the corner. They come there. They sack. This leads to mate. So with that in mind, now I need to come up with a different plan. And I think my plans start with giving a check here. So give a check there. The king has. They can block. If they block, I simply take, as I have 2 pieces attacking that square. So the best move is to move to the corner. So let's say now they go to the corner. If they go to the corner, now the knight comes in with a check. If the king comes back, this leads to what we call smothered mate, as now the knight will simply come there, give a check there, the rook takes, this leads to mate. So after these, and the king goes to the corner, after I give this check, they'll most likely sacrifice the rook. And after that, I simply take, yeah. Either this leads to checkmate, or I end up winning a turn of material. Yeah. The secret was understanding that the knight was not a free piece, and taking it would be a huge mistake. So right now, these 2 pieces are obstructing each other. So I need to give a check here, and after the king goes there, now I give a check here. Now they are no longer covering each other's way. So let's go move my move check. There's only one move. They go there, check. If the king goes there, this leads to mate, yeah. What's up? Go and wear a sweater. Go and wear a sweater, it's very cold. You see I'm wearing one? No, that's not a sweater. End of a sweater. Where? Go and wear a sweater. Hurry up. Go and wear, then I come and give you. Go and then I'll give you something to drink. Here I have something. But first wear a sweater if you want it. The struggles of being a parent. Right now he's claiming that he does not want to wear a sweater. But you know, if he gets sick, that's not his problem. I'm the one who will have to pay for it, so I have to force him to wear a sweater. Okay, so what's going on in this position? Let's get back to chess. Okay. Here I think I can have an option to win the rook. Apart from that, I also have the option of capturing the knight with a check. So, if I take here with a check, the queen, let's say the queen takes back. And on the next move now I come there to threaten checkmate. What will they do? What will they do? Let's assume they move the rook. Moving the rook does not help, as I'll just go there all the way. So this leads to mate. And after I take, if they check with the pawn, again I think I go for the same thing, go there, threaten checkmate. How are they stopping the mate? If they go there, I simply check. I think this is it. As capturing the rook does not look that dangerous. After I take, let's evaluate. The queen can take back, and if I go there, oh, you have come with your sweater. Good boy. Okay. Come closer. And you have a very big head. So we are here. Here we go. Here we go. The other hand. Minutes. What do you mean by minutes? Yes, this one you have a lot of time. You can slow down. You're not racing against the clock. Now you look good, eh? Coco. Okay, let's see these. If I give a check there, the queen can check. And now if I come there, the bishop can simply come back and it's defended by the knight. So I think that's too complex. Taking the knight is the simplest route. And now I come here. Now where did you come from? You're making a lot of noise. Go away. I will miss you too. Not right now, after you. Go away and stop making noise. So, capture there with a check. Of course, if the king moves, if the king goes there, simply take care with another check and this leads to mate. And after I go there, if the king goes there, I think I simply come there, discover check, and this also leads to mate. So after I take, the best defense is to take back. What do you want? No. Go tell your mother that you want some cocoa. No. Yes. No. So, check. The pawn takes. I check with a check. After I check with a check, the king has only one legal move. They have to go to the corner. After they go to the corner now, I capture this pawn with a check. Check with a check. The king has another Lego move there. If they go there, now I think I can give a check here on this diagonal. Yeah. When you see a good move, the other thing that I've learned with these puzzles is that even if you think that you have seen the entire thing, you have to slow down. So like right here, I don't need to rush by capturing the pawn. I need to double check and ensure that there's nothing that I'm missing. So after I take, I need to double check that there is no move that I'm not taking into account. So I think that's it. Take. I would love to give a check here, but it's impossible at the moment. But I can give a check with the bishop here. And after that check, how do they proceed? If they block, now I think I can take this pawn. Yeah? And if they block with the bishop, I think I can simply take with a check. No, go tell your mother to make you some cocoa. Awesome. I think I've already matched yesterday's score of 35 and I'm yet to make a single mistake. So let's keep pushing on. Let's keep blinding and see how this turns out. Okay, so this one is white to move. I think I have a very good position, so I need to just press on. So give a check here. And if you come here, you have to solve puzzles. You don't come here to disturb, eh? Are you together, young man? You don't just come to disturb. You come to solve puzzles. You have to share ideas. So give a check there. The king has only one move there. After that move, how do we proceed? I think now the queen can come here with a check. Now the king again now has one Lego move there. After that move, how do we continue? I think now we can bring in the rook with a check. The king has to come there. After the king comes there, how do we proceed? How do we proceed? I think now the queen comes here with a check. This is a tough one. But I strongly believe that the first move is to play the rook here. Unless there's something that I'm overlooking. There's nothing I'm listening to. There's no sound, there's no music. There's nothing. The other reason why I started this challenge was to have something to record my life, because I believe that all of us are going to get old, and one of the ways to record memories is by doing things. So I believe that one day this one is going to grow older, and he will wish to know how he was like when he was young. So maybe you can watch these videos with him. Eh? So if I give a check here, the king goes back and there's no way to continue. So let's start with this check. Oh, by the way, I'm under check. Oh, okay. So why not just take check? All the calculation were useless because I did not take into account the fact that I was under check. Okay, this one I'm not under check. So let's see. So check. And I also have this check. But I feel like this check is more dangerous. After if I give a check on this side, they can simply push the pawn forward, and that's it. But if I give a check here, they don't have an option of blocking. So the only option is to move the king, and the king can either move there or there. So check, if the king moves there, now the queen comes in with another check. After that check, where will they go? They have to go there. If they go there, how do we continue? How do we continue? I think I can give a check there. But after that check, they can simply take. But the knight can also come back and give a check. Yeah. Let's first play the first move and see how this turns out. Go tell you I'm going to make you some cocoa. I take you. Let's go with you. So that I can come back and cleanse it. Hey, go and get some cocoa from your mother. No. Yes. No. Let's first play the first move. Check. Check. We only have one Lego move there. So after that, now the question is, how do we continue? How do we continue? If I give a check here, the knight can simply check. So check, the king goes there. But now I can also give a check there with the knight. And after that check, where is the king going? The king has to go there. Now I think I can check there with another check. King is here. Yeah, I think this is it. So check. The knight gives a check here. We check. The king has only one Lego move there. And after that move, now we have a discovered check. And after, if I take, they also have the option of blocking with the bishop. So I need to take that into account before I move. So take, the bishop blocks. This one no. This one has a lot of caffeine and it's late at night. So my biggest concern is, what if they block with the bishop? Let's first captaincy. I don't see any other better move. Yeah. Please turn on the lights. Check. And after they move, I think I can simply take the knight, yeah? Do I have a better move? I don't see any immediate checkmate. But I see that I can win the knight. So the entire puzzle was all about winning the knight. These puzzles can be tricky. So in this case, I can push the pawn, and the knight cannot move and win material. But what is better than winning material? Checkmate. I think a checkmate is better than winning material. So let's see whether we can force a checkmate here. If I take a If I take a pawn, this comes with discovered a check. So discovered check. If the king takes back, we come here with another check. What's up? Let me see. What happened? It's painful. Where? On your foot? What happened? You stepped on something? Sorry about that. Are you okay now? Oh, okay. So after I take, with a check, if the king takes, I simply come back here with a check, and this is checkmate. So after I take, most likely they won't take. The king will move. And if the king moves, how do we continue? How do we continue? I think I can continue by now. Now again, capturing the pawn with a check. The king again is out of moves. If the king takes back, now we take here, and this is checkmate. I think this is it. And after I take, they don't have time to capture the queen. It's a check. Check. Check there with a check. If the rook takes, again, take, and this is checkmate. Yeah? Checkmate. So in this situation, this rook can't move as it's pinned. So I think I just need to give a check here. I think this is a variation of what we call the Anastasia mate, if I'm not mistaken. So check. The king can either go there or there. And after any of those moves, I capture this pawn with a check. The queen blocks, I take. Yeah. I will have to capture this pawn with a check, but it's defended by 2 pieces, so that's not ideal. I would also love to give a check here and win the rook on the corner, but that is not going to happen also. So, in chess, you have to ask yourself, what is stopping me from capturing this pawn? It's the queen and the bishop. Is there a way to chase one of the pieces away? So what happens if I retreat the queen? If I retreat the queen, is there a square that the queen can go to keep protecting the pawn? I don't see that square. So after I come here, the queen actually can either go, the queen has only one square there. And after they go there, now I can capture there. Threatening discovered attack, and if they take, I simply take with a check, but they can block. But even if they block, now I have this move. So it's like 3 ideas. There's the first idea of chasing away, and there's also the idea of capturing here, and the idea of this 4. So let's start with this move. Yeah, that's it. 40, 40, 40. Black to move, black to move. So I have a check here, check. And this square, I'll be covering those squares. So the only option after this check is to block. So after they block, how do we proceed? How do we proceed? I think we proceed by taking this pawn with another check. The king comes forward, we give another check, the king comes again forward, and then we get here. So this queen is going to end up here. So let's see, let's do this magic trick. We don't take. In chess, you have to remember that the goal is not to win material. Winning material is just a means to an end. The goal is to checkmate. So we first give a check here, force the king to come here, give another check, force the king to come there. then come there. If they block, now we simply take. Now we push the pawn, give a check, and take checkmate. Okay, white to move, white to move. So in this position, I'd love to push the pawn and give a check. After that check, they'll be forced to move and go there. This will be checkmate. But if I push the pawn, now they can simply take back. And if I take this rook, they can take. But whenever you move a piece in chess, something changes. So initially, this rook would not have gone there, as the opponent's rook would have captured it. But by playing there, now something has changed, and now we can go there and give a check there. So the question is, how can we capitalize on that check? So check. The king has only one Lego move there. After that, we give a check there, check. The king has another Lego move there. Okay. So again, I go back to what I was saying. In chess, you'll find a situation where you have more than one ideas. But as beginners, we often focus on making either of the ideas work. We don't realize that we need to combine the two ideas. So I initially had this idea, and I also have this idea. This idea alone does not work, this idea alone does not work. But if I combine the two ideas, they are both going to work. Here's why. After I push with the check, the rook will have to check. Otherwise, after this check, if the king moves, this leads to mate. So after I push, the rook takes. So what has changed? Now the rook is covering this square. So after I give a check here, now the king can no longer escape by this square. So this is what is different in this scenario. So push, the rook takes, I give a check, now the rook has to block, and I take, and this leads to mate. So let's combine the two ideas and see how this works out. So check, check, mate. That's another thing that I have learned from solving this journey of the 100 days, is that one of my weaknesses was trying to make a certain idea work, and if it does not work, I just abandon it. So I find a situation where I have like 3 ideas and none of them are working, and I don't stop to realize that there is a way that I can combine the 3 ideas to have a single idea that works. Okay, let's continue and see how this one turns out. So in this case, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 pieces. My opponent has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 5 pieces too. I have 2 rooks. They have 2 rooks. I have 2 bishops. Those are 2 minor pieces. They have 2 minor pieces. The only difference is that they have 2 knights and I have 2 bishops. They have a queen. I have a queen. Okay. So my first idea is simply to capture the knight and win material. The rook takes back. I take. But I think the trick is if they give a check here. If they give a check there, so let's say I take, they take, I take, the king comes forward and I rush to win this rook. Now they give a check here. If they give a check there, I'll be forced to block and they simply take. And this is not good for me. So after I take and they take and I take back with the check, if they move forward, I have to decide. Oh, I think now I can play the bishop here. Play the bishop there. If they take my queen, now I take the rook. Yeah? So let's go, let's go. Okay, let me pause for a second and see. Or can I afford to attack the queen? The queen can escape. The queen can simply go there. And now my rook is almost trapped. And if I give a check there, they can simply go there. So let's go for material. Let's be materialistic. Okay, now here is where the challenge is. If I grab this rook, they give a check here, I have to block, they check back, and this leads to mate. So I don't have time to win the rook. And if I come back, I can again play the rook there. This is tough. This is a tough one. But I can give a check here. Check. I also have the option of going there. But if I go there, they simply give a check there and I lose my queen. So I need to come up with a solid plan. Taking the rook is not an option. It's not an option. So my two options is to give a check, but this check is not helpful. They simply go there. And after they go there, now how do I continue? The other idea is just to bring the queen back. I think I simply bring the queen back. That was not it. Okay. This queen is overloaded. It's doing too much. It's defending the rook, and at the same time it's defending the bishop. So if I take here with a check, they don't have to time to take. If they take, they lose the rook. Okay. And now if I take, by there I can even simply start by taking here. Take. Let me do a quick material count. How many pieces do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 5 pieces. So let's see what happened on the last move. Well, on the last move, I lose a rook. Okay. So this is a bit tough. Check with the check. The queen takes. I take. This is simply an exchange. I'm not getting anything in return. If I take there first, the queen does not have to take back, because if the queen takes, now I have an in-between move with a check, and I'll be winning material. So if I take with the queen, most likely they will have to move. They'll have to move the queen. The queen most likely comes there. I take there with a check. The queen takes back. The bishop comes in. The queen comes back. I take. The queen takes. So after all is said and done, I'll be up on exchange. I think this is it. So let's take with the queen. Okay. So let's utilize the in-between move and win material. You know, the other issue with this puzzle is that you always assume that the opponent will play the strongest move in the position, but sometimes they don't play the strongest move. So what happens if I give a check here? So right now, let's see. The king cannot go there. 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 So the king has only one Lego move there. And do they have any threat? So if they give a check here, I can always block and I can also move. Okay. So let's start with this check. Check. The king comes there. After the king comes there, how do we continue? I think I give another check here. Check. Check. The king has to go under the mask of the bishop. No, they cannot go there, because the queen will be covering that square. So this is it. So, guy, I moved too fast. One more strike and it's over. But it's been fun. I have solved 40 without making a mistake. I think I made my first mistake on the 41 puzzle. I solved the 42, the 43 I made a mistake. No, I think this is 42. 42, 43, yeah. So, check. Of course, if the queen takes, I take mark, this is mate. Check. king goes to the corner, I come here. After I come there, if the rook goes there, then I can simply take, they take, and I take. This leads to mate, yeah. Come here. They go there, I take. 44, 44. This position, I'm down 2 rooks. No, not only 2 rooks, I'm down also 2 pawns. So if I don't find a win, I'm done. White has a winning endgame. Okay. So let's see. Do I have checks in this position? I can give a check here. I can give a check here. If I give a check here, the rook can block. If the rook blocks, I can give another check here. Check there. If they go there, we can give a check there. And if they go there, we can give a check there. This is crazy. I also have the option of giving a check here, so check. But the issue is that if I give a check here, they can simply go back. So they go back, and now I give another check there. They push the pawn forward. Ooh, this is tough one. This is a tough one. Also, I have the option of giving a check here. So I have how many checks in this position? That one, and that one. So I think this one is the most forcing one. So check. If the king goes there, we come there, this is mate. Check. If the king goes there, I come there with a check. The king goes there, this is mate. Mate. If there was no this bishop, I would have just gone there and this would be checkmate. And I also have to be careful because my opponent is threatening checkmate in one. So I don't have the luxury of playing slow moves. Oh. I would love also to capture this pawn and then return checkmate, but my opponent is too fast. They will land the checkmate in one before I do anything. Okay. So with those things in mind, how do we continue? If I give a check there, they can push the pawn. Now I have 2 pieces on the attack. And oof. The king cannot move. They're threatening checkmate. And what if I capture here? So take the pawn. Take. Now I'm covering this square. So there is no longer the threat of checkmate. They take my bishop. Now I take this pawn. And after I take that pawn, there is no way to stop the checkmate. Okay? And if I take, because I don't see checks that are forceful. So I think I'll go for this one. Check. Check. We cover this square, so it's a defense. If they go there, and I take with another check. If the king comes forward, we take there with a check, yeah? makes sense. It makes sense. There's no way they're going to come here. So, okay. I think I have now I can capture this pawn. Apart from capturing that pawn, do I have any other forcing variation? If I give a check there, I simply push. And what if I come here? If I come there, they can play the rook there. But now if I check there, I'm attacking here, so there's that threat and there's this threat. There are just too many threats to cover all of them. Yeah, they had to sacrifice. That was the only move. Hey, that's a nice one. That's a nice find. So this one is tricky. My opponent is threatening to move the bishop with the discovered check. So if I give a check here, the bishop simply comes back, blocking a check, and now it's a check. And after that check, now I'm forced to move, and now they have time to do it. They have time to move the, what do we call it? They have time to move the queen. But the good thing is that I also have a means of setting up a discovered check on my side. So what happens if I take there? Take with a check. Okay, the king can go there, the king can remain there, the king cannot go back. So after this, the king has to take back. After the king takes back, I give a check here, so check. So discovered check. The king has to move again. So let's assume the king goes there. And after the king goes there, now I take. I take. They play there with the discovered check. I simply move. They take, I take. So after all is said and done, they'll only have a rook, and I'll have a bishop and a rook. So I'll have a better endgame, as I'll be up a piece. How many pawns do I have? I have 3 pawns. My opponent has 5 pawns. But I feel that the bishop will be sufficient to win the game. So, take with check. The king takes. Check. We can also give a check here. Check. But the king comes here. And how do we continue? So let's first take and see. Okay. So the first move, I'm on the right track. The issue is, how do we continue? How do we continue? Give a check there. I can never give a check here, as they will simply check, and that's it. If I give a check there, they simply go there, and how do I continue? So let's go for this one. Check. And I think I simply check. Yeah, check the queen. Even if they move the bishop, I simply capture the bishop with the discovered attack. Yeah? Check. The king has how many legal moves? The king can either go there, or there, or there. And now we give another check here. Check there. After that check, they can block with the bishop. If they block with the bishop, we suck. They take. I give another check there. They go back, as this guy is back into. So I'm not so sure that taking with the. I'm not so sure taking with the bishop is the best move. And what if I take with the rook? If I take with the rook, and I'm down a queen. I have 2 rooks. They have 2 rooks. I have a bishop. They have a bishop. And I have 2 minor pieces. They only have one. So I have a bishop and a knight for a queen. So if I check there and they push this pawn, I can play there with the discovered attack. They take, I take, they take. So they'll have 2 rooks. Let's go again. So check, they push. Poof, discard check, they take, I take. If they check there, I take the other rook with a check. Yeah. So after I take, they'll have to take. So they'll have 2 rooks and a knight, and I'll have 2 rooks, a bishop, and a knight. And as I'll have a chance to move, and I can also simply capture. Okay, I think that's a good trade. As taking here is not that forcing. They simply come here. And after I give a check, they block. Yeah, I think I should take here first. So this is a 50-50 chance. So let's go for this one. As Aaron Nimzowitsch once said, a threat is often more powerful than execution. So like in a scenario where someone's threatened that they will punch you, the threat of punching you is sometimes more terrifying than the punch itself. You sometimes wish that they would just punch you and let you be. So after I take, if the king moves, I think I can give a check there. Check. But yeah. So that was not the move 47, but I've tried. So let's check out the solution in comparison to yesterday where I only managed to solve 35. Today I've solved 12 more. So this one, I think I found the first 2 moves. Oh, I was supposed to give a check there. So check. Yeah. Okay. Let's check out the other one. I went for this move. I think I should have played there. This was it. Okay. Let's check out the final one. This one I did not even get the first move correct, but I had the idea. Check. Check. I saw all these. The issue was, how do we continue? What is the move? What is the move here? I sincerely have no idea what's the move here. Or am I supposed to take? What? Oh, now I have the chance of taking here. Okay. That is it for today. Let's have a quick check of the candidates yesterday. Yesterday there was 3 decisive games. Yes, Baba. Yes. It's off. Who turned it off? Just a minute to check out the standard. Yesterday, I think there were 3 decisive games. I think Nepo won, Firouzja won, and Hikaru won. And by Nepo winning now, he has the sole lead with 7 points. As you can see, here he is with 7 points. Bukesh with 6.5 and Hikaru with 6.5. So all along I've been supporting Hikaru to win, and he's only half a point away. And I think he has a chance to win. Yeah, just a second. And Nepo is the only player who has not lost in the entire tournament. All the others have lost. Okay, so see you tomorrow for day 27.